Okay. So guys, since we are will be starting the session 2 of Tableau. Basically, this is part 2. We have given a there was another session which I had taken with other people. Shabat was also there. Shabahat was also there in that. So what we are planning to do is like we will be targeting not just to learn Tableau. Of course, that is the primary focus that we are planning, that we learn Tableau as much as possible to do all the visualization part. Not only that, you have to also learn Tableau Prep, Tableau Cloud, and Tableau Server, along with Tableau Desktop. So our target should be like first we will be targeting the Tableau Desktop. Then this study sessions, that whatever we will be doing for the next let's say 2 weeks or 3 weeks, is majorly focused on Tableau Desktop and Tableau Analyst, data analyst. Because Tableau Desktop exam, if you know the basics, if you know how to do visualization and stuff, that is more or less of a theoretical type. So you will be able to clear, and I will help you people to give that exam, and I'll help you with that so that you people can clear that exam. And after that comes the data analyst part. Data analyst part, it's a bit tricky exam, tricky in that sense that not just the theoretical part, but you also have to you have a in that exam there are hands-on sessions. Okay, you will be given 9 to 10 questions where you have to actually perform certain activities there, like creating visualization or maintaining certain things. So data analyst exam is a bit tricky one, which that is the reason a good preparation is required. It's not just that I will study from somewhere and then I will just give the exam and I will clear it. That maybe is possible for desktop, but data analyst is a bit tricky one. And apart from that, once we complete that, why I'm saying all of this, because this is our plan. Because our journey should be like, what we are focusing on is so that we all can be, after a point, obviously in few months time, so that we all are Tableau certified consultants. This is our goal at the end of the day. So, but if we don't go through the paths that we have, like the desktop or the data analyst, and after that comes the Tableau server certified associate. So we need to know the server also, how to, why Tableau server is required, because there are several other things like row level security and all. Let's say I'm giving an example. Let's say we have different hierarchy of approvers, different hierarchy, let's say managers and senior managers and all, and you don't want everyone to see every kind of data, right? You will be mentioning a specific, okay, this data is for this level and other data is for the top level. So for that reason, that is not possible through Tableau Desktop. For that, you need either the Tableau Cloud or majorly the Tableau server part. So you have to know what is Tableau server and what is Tableau Cloud. This one important, which I will of course focus on all these two topics also after a point. Now, why I'm saying including all these 4 topics like desktop, data analyst, cloud, and server. The reason behind this is, as for Tableau consultant, you need all the 4. If you don't know any, and sorry, and I forgot to mention one, along with that, we have Tableau Prep also. Tableau Prep, those who are familiar with, of course, apart from maybe Shabahat, everyone is familiar with Salesforce. You will know there is a thing called Analytics Studio, that is CRM analytics part. This CRM analytics part, we can slice and dice the data over there, like we can do filtering and several other stuffs, which we called it as data lenses, or maybe we create lenses through data recipe, whatever we use as a data recipe. So that data recipe part and all, Tableau has a separate app for that, that named is I think Tableau names it as Tableau Prep. Okay, where we can perform all these functions. And from Prep, uh, the basic functioning of Prep is basically ETL purpose. Okay, transforming those data. Maybe you'd have a unstructured data, you have to make it structured, and then you have to bring it in Tableau to perform the analysis. So I'll just show you the path what we will be doing. Let's say Tableau certification. I'll just give you a brief rough idea like what we are planning to do, so that you have a clear idea about everything. Let me share my screen. Okay. So see, this is how you will be moving towards it. First is the Tableau desktop specialist, then you have the Tableau certified data analyst, then you have the Tableau server certified associate, and then you have the Tableau certified consultant. And finally, we don't require that, but if you become a pro one day, you can go for the Tableau architect also. Now, why I'm saying this, I'll show you the reason behind this, why this exam is a bit difficult one. Now, let me open this Tableau certified consultant. Uh, as you can see, there are 4 parts. Okay. One is evaluate current state, plan and prepare data connect. Joining, right? Let me add. So, okay. Design and troubleshoot calculations and workbooks, and establish governance and support published content. So, once you complete the desktop and data analyst part, trust me, you will be like, okay, boss, I haven't completed any of this part. So, you'll be like, how do I clear this exam then? And you search it anywhere, you will not find good quality material to study for Tableau consultant. So that is the main purpose of keeping this session, so that we together we can learn and we can clear this exam. So as you can see, there are various parts that you need to learn. Each and every part I will share this link with you, so that at spare time, if you have time, then please go through this if you want to. So it's a huge list, okay, that we need to complete. But before that, since many of you are new here, so I'll just start with the the basic part. So for the time being, what you all can do is download Tableau desktop. Okay, go here, download Tableau desktop. You fill up your name, business email. You can give your personal email here. Organization, you can write data colada. You want to write something else, that's your choice. Company size, department, job role, and your phone number. Once you do all of that, then download the free trial. Okay. I think first you complete all of this part, then it will be much easier. Then, because from tomorrow onwards, we'll be diving into the part that will be actually doing those things. So that will be helpful. Anyone having any problem can ask me.
Tableau Public will also do.
Yeah, Tableau Public will, because you are obviously you have done it, so you
Yeah.
know it better. Yeah, Tableau Public will also do, but for them, I'm just since they are starting, so better download the Tableau desktop, because then the live and the extract part I'll be able to explain it to you.
Okay.
Yeah, Anshita already downloaded yesterday, right? No issues.
Yeah. No. No issue.
Yeah, okay. Momadi, you already have it, right?
Yeah,
You have the
I
Tableau Public also, right?
yeah, Tableau code.
Yeah, yeah, no, not an issue. See,
Mhm.
okay. Others, please at least download it, so that we can go ahead with that. Let me just open the Tableau, okay, and then since today is the first day, I will not get into too much depth and all. Just uh, how the UI looks, how everything is, working. So
Striker, can
yeah,
I share my screen and can you guide that? Am I doing right?
yeah, sure, sure, sure. Share screen. Now.
Okay. I have put the information and then this screen came.
Yeah, that means whether it's downloaded or not. Check once.
From let me check from here the downloads.
Yeah. Go to downloads. Let's see if it's downloaded or not. No, no, no. Just back.
No.
Okay, just do one thing. Thank you for creating your account. Follow the instructions in the email. Trust your W account. Download this version. Okay, go to your email now. The email that you have given.
Okay, it is not. Yeah, it is in my phone. Okay.
Yeah. So not an issue. So let me do one thing. After the class, because since I'm recording this class only, so there won't be an issue. So something you download it after some time, maybe. If not, if it is not happening right now, I'll guide you if that is the issue. But for the time being, I'm starting the class. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Sure.
Yeah. So let me share my screen. So okay. So I have selected first let me tell you how to do all of this stuff. Okay, now let's say I want to connect a data source. It can be various things, like it can be from a server, it can be a excel file or a csv file and other stuff. Let's say data, I click on a new data source. This you will have, once you open Tableau, you'll have the file, data, window, help bar. So on this, I click on the data, I click on new data source. As you can see, I have several options. Since I'm using the Tableau public right now, you will not be able to see so many connectors. But I have already shown it to Anshita that if you have the desktop version, then there are various connectors through which you can connect your data. It can be SAP S4 HANA, it can be from Salesforce Data Cloud, it can be from normal Salesforce, and everywhere, from everywhere you can connect your data. Can be Amazon S3, can be Amazon Redshift, Google, from Google also, yeah, from many other places you can. Now, for the time being, let's what I'm doing is I'm connecting. There are some saved data sources which Tableau by default gives us for practice. Okay, one is this order sample stored data or sample superstore data. So let me just connect this sample superstore data. Okay, and let me just delete this one. It's a mm, hold on. Uh, Acha. Just hold on. Let me just delete this one. One sec, huh? Hmm. So where was I? Ha. There was. Hold on. More. So let me connect this global superstore data. Okay. Okay. As you see, I have connected it from the new data source. From this section, as I've shown you, there are various other files that you can connect it. Okay. When you click on to a server and when you click on this more button, you will see all those connectors appearing. Since I'm using Tableau Public, it is not visible here. And apart from that, you can connect to an Excel file, a text file, a JSON file, through Microsoft Access, or a PDF file, spatial file, and statistical file, whatever is required. Majorly, we will use a text or an Excel file, or it can be possible that we use, let's say, to a server. We'll connect to a server. Okay. So let's say what we are doing, Microsoft Excel. Okay. So let me just close this one. Okay. Now, as you can see, there are three tables are there: orders, people, and returns. Okay. So orders, people, and returns. So these three tables, I need to make a relationship. Okay. These three tables are there. Now this is my canvas. This portion is my canvas. Okay. Once I bring the orders here, you can see this portion is my metadata. I'll show you. Those who are all of you are obviously aware, your people are working in Salesforce platform, so you people are aware of what is metadata. Like the field type, there are various field types. Let's say, okay, hold on, let me just, then I'll be able to show you. This is the metadata, and this is my, like, the data that I have in all those columns. Okay. Like whatever I have the row ID, order date, ship mode, customer ID, customer name, segment, and various others, whatever is there, like profit, shipping cost, order priority, and all of that. Okay. I have all of this data with me. Now what I can do with this data, uh, for the time being, I will not make the relationship here, because I will teach you in a separate class, like how joins are done here, how relationships are created here, but I'm not getting into this part today. So let's say okay. So there are several. Now if I go to sheet 1, let's say, okay, you can see these are the columns I have: the category, city, country, customer ID, and all of those stuff. Let's say when you have imported that data from the data source or a CSV file, or sometimes it might happen that the data type is incorrect, right? As we most of the time could have faced in Salesforce also, what happens is, if the date field is not of the date type, okay, and it is a text field, then while analyzing that data, you will face problem. Let's say if I want to make a report out of it and I want to group it by months, I will not be able to do it, since the field is not a date field. The data type is not date. So what happens is, if it's a text column, there is a problem that it will not take into account, it will consider it as a text and not as a date. So I'll not be able to group it in terms of day or a year or maybe months. So what I can do, I can change it from data source. Let's say this is ordered. Now this is a date field only, orders or date only, but I can change it. Once I click it here now, I will get this option: boolean, string, date time, the kind, whatever I want to choose from here. Let's say it was mistakenly, it was like a, let's say, a string. Okay. Now whatever analysis I want to do with this order date, it will be an issue for me. It will not give. So as an analyst, whenever you are starting to, because once you start working with data, it is very possible that you will be working with thousands of datas, okay, and thousands of line items. and at that point you might be very confused, like what is happening so much, because then you have to use your analytics knowledge, like how to define your data properly, because then you have to check each and every column properly to check whether the data type is correct or not. If the data type is wrong, everything will go haywire from that point onwards. If as a you are preparing so many stuffs, and after a point you will see that data type is wrong, and whatever you have made is will just go in vain. So if you see the data type is wrong, what you can do, you can select, and you can select it. Now you can do the same thing from sheet also, not from the data source, from sheet also. Let's okay. There you have, let's say this is order date. I can click here and I can change it from this portion also. Why have I telling you this, like from two places I can change it? Because in Tableau desktop specialist questions, this is one of the questions that I came across, because like how you can change the data type from two places. There will be options. You have to select two options from there. So one from the tables from the sheet page, and one from the data source level. Okay. Now, apart from this, what we can do is, let's say orders row ID. Okay. Another thing, there are few options. Let me show you. This orders field, there is a drop down. Okay. What we can do, we can rename. In Salesforce, what we say, it's this order ID will stay as order ID. Okay. But in the metadata portion, but the label will change. Just like we change the label in Salesforce, we can change. So if I rename it as, let's say instead of order ID, I write this as order ID main. So it will change. But here the field name will change, but the field name will change, but the physical table will remain the same. Okay. The remote field name will remain as order ID. The field name has changed, but the remote field name will change, will be as order ID only. Any issues, anyone till now? Guys, a yes or a no will be very helpful for me.
Yes.
Yes.
No, it
Understood.
is fine, Saikat.
You people are understanding, right? Not
Yes.
any.
What an
Okay.
answer.
Okay. So let me just go there again. Okay. So okay. So I'm not, now we will work with the orders table only for the time being. Acha, another thing what we can do from here, we can rename it. We can copy these values, like this column I can copy and I can paste it in Excel if I want to. I can hide a column also from here. Okay. Let's say I hide this one. So order ID is not visible. Now if I go here and show hidden fields, so it will be available again. Okay. Got it. So this is another way of doing it. Okay. Apart from that, what I can do is, I can copy. Hold on. Let's see. Just let me. Okay. Got it.
Saikat,
Yeah.
I want to ask a question that these data you are getting from where? Is it linked with Salesforce CRM?
No, no, no. Currently, what we are working with is just a normal Excel file. Okay.
Okay, okay, okay.
Because you can just from data source, you can upload
Yeah,
a
yeah.
Microsoft Excel file or a text file, JSON file. But normally, see, this is for our understanding and practice purposes. When you will be working with real-time data, majorly you will not be work. You can work with a CSV file. That is very much possible. Even when you will be working in, let's say, in Tableau Cloud also, there is a possibility that there will be data ingestion from other sources in Tableau Cloud as a CSV file. Okay. So, and you can, as a regular refresh, maybe it will be an incremental refresh every day, and you prepare a dashboard in Tableau Cloud itself, and there is an incremental refresh, and every morning maybe the dashboard will get refreshed. Okay. So that is a possibility. Or majorly, I think 50-60% of the time you will be working with a server. Okay. As you will be you have to take data from a maybe SAP S4 HANA. Majorly, I think most of the companies use SAP. Salesforce data, Salesforce data cloud data can be a possible that you may have to connect with Salesforce data cloud. Okay. Acha, another part which I want to show you. Yes, this is like you can create aliases. Aliases is nothing but kind of a nickname. Okay. Every individual has a nickname. It's kind of like you are famous, like let's say in your friends group, in terms of your nickname, matlab, they call you all the time through your nicknames only. So it can be possible a separate item. The customer wants, customer are habituated in calling that item in a different name for their own visibility and, let's say, or their own understanding part. So what we can do is we can create an aliases for that purpose. So let's say I want to this one for this ID, or maybe for this let's say order ID, I can name it as any other names as I want to call it. Okay. This is just an example. Maybe there are several others example which I might give you on a later stage. So this is what we can do with the data. Apart from that, what we can do, these are advanced topic: create calculated field, create group, split. Acha. Split and custom split, I am getting into this part right now. What we can do is, let's say I want to split this order data. You people will be aware, let's say I have a CA, then a hyphen, then 2012, then a hyphen, then a number 124891. And what I want to do, I want to split this data. Just normally, there are two options, as you can see. One is a split and one is a custom split. Okay. So if I just click on the split, Tableau will split the data based on its own understanding, and it will take maybe a hyphen or a slash, bit anything. So let me show you. It has already split the data into three sections. One is the CA. So it has taken that hyphen as the parameter and it has split the data into three parts. Okay. Now, let's say you have a different type of data set and you don't like this kind of splitting and you want to create your own split. So there's a custom split and you will define the separator that you want. Let's say a hyphen, it can be a hyphen, it can be a comma. For us, it is hyphen only because there's nothing other stuff is there. Split the first one or the last one, or you can select all. If we select all, then everything will be in the split column, and you can select the first or the last one based on your requirement. So these are the things that you can do from this section. So always remember, this part is called the canvas. Okay. This is the physical layer where we can make relationships and all. This is visible part. That is the reason we call it a physical layer part. There is another part called the logical layer, which we will uh, address it after a point of time. Let's say now I have several data in the orders column, like orders table. Okay. I have, let's say, we'll have certain things in the people column also. Okay. Now, whenever I bring it the people table over here, it already made a relationship. As you can see, how do relationships differ from joins? Now it is making a relationship based on the primary key or the secondary key. So what it has done is based on the region field of orders and people का region वाला people जो है, so what it has done is it has connected, make it this is the primary key and this is the secondary key. Based on that, it has created a join, like a relationship it has created. Okay. Now, if I bring in returns and with the orders, it is not working because I need to select with what fields I want to uh, create the relationship with. If I give, let's say, I don't know whether I have customer ID or not in returns. I have to see maybe order ID. Let's say if I have the order ID and I also select in returns also, I select order ID. As you can see, there was an error, right? Previously, now the error is gone because my selections is correct now. So this relationship now I have to define like with which column I want to make which column I want to make it as a primary key, which one will be my secondary key, that I will define at the end of the day, and based on that I will get the results. Apart from that, at this place, what I can do is, let's say, mm, there are several other rows, only hundreds are visible. You can change it as per your requirements. Let's say, I think till 2000 we have, if I'm not wrong, data. We can see either it's most probably it's 2000. No, currently it's not. Till 2000, yes, because I only have 1173 records here. So yeah. Okay. Another thing is this cardinality you have to select. Okay, cardinality is the one to many relationship, many to many relationship, that you have to see how it's working. Okay. This is as per your requirements that you will change it. Okay. So for the timing, I'm removing all of these relationships now. I will just drag it here and I will just work with orders, because after a point I will with some other Excel files, I will show you how these joins work basically. Okay. Now this portion is I'm done with. Okay. Now let's say you want to open another Tableau file. So just click on new and you can open it from here. If you have other saved files, then you can do that from that place. Okay. Now let me go to sheet 1 from here. So today is the starting class. So I'll just explain what is hierarchy. Okay. We can create our this is for Anshita. Actually, since you have connected the data directly from the global superstore that you have got now, so what happens is the hierarchy is already there created. So I'm getting into the hierarchy part so that you understand how to create your own hierarchy. Okay. In that hierarchy, as you can see, there are products. Under products, you tell me what all are there. I think under products, yes, there has to be category and subcategory, right?
Yeah.
Under product name, right? If I'm not wrong.
Yes.
Okay. So I want to create a hierarchy under product name, because I know once I get the product name, under product name, I'll have certain product, all the products. So all the products can be categorized into certain categories, and then certain category, I can further break it down into subcategories. So what I can do is from product name, let's say I have category here. As you can see, category here. I'll just drag it and I'll just place it on product name. You see, a option will be given, like a pop-up will come to create a new hierarchy. Okay.
Yeah.
I can name it as let's say product hierarchy. Okay. And I click on OK. As you can see, product name and category. Then I'll just go to subcategory and I'll just place it below category. So my hierarchy is done. Creating a hierarchy is done. Now, Why it is important? Now, let me explain why do you need to create hierarchies. Hierarchy is required because every time, let's say I don't have this hierarchy with me right now. What happens is, if I want to see my sales based on category or subcategory and everything, let's say I take my sales and I put it in rows, and I take this category in column. I can see based on category, I can see my sales here, right? Since I have already created this hierarchy, now there is a plus button. Once I click on this plus button, the subcategory will appear. So I don't have to drag the subcategory again into the column section. And once I click on the minus sign, it will be category again. Got it? So,
Yeah, got it.
so this is
Yes,
how we create a hierarchy. Okay, now let's say I just don't want this right now. So, okay. So, apart from all of this, let's just create some charts today. That will be more interesting. And how to create all of this, I'll explain it to you. Let's say uh, I want to see my sales based on subcategories. Okay, sales. Let's say I want to see my profit based on subcategory. Whenever, let's say you're with your client is telling you, I want to see how my subcategories of a product are performing in the market based on years. Okay, like every year how my subcategories, how my products are performing based on subcategories. So what I need to do, it's very easy in Tableau. Okay, it's just simply drag and drop and nothing else is there. As you can see, I have the subcategory, right? Okay, I'll place it in row or column anywhere I feel like, and I'll take the profit. Okay, this is a bar chart. Okay, I can change it. I can, if I, I will just swap the row and the columns, and I can see a vertical bar graph. That was a horizontal bar graph. This is a vertical bar graph. Okay, I can change it as per my, and okay. Now, as you can see, if I hover over all of this, I can see the subcategory name and the profit amount. But I want to see it over this. Okay, on each and every bar, I want to see that. How to do that? Since I want to see the sales figures, I will just, this is called a marks card. Here, what we can do, I can change the, whether my chart will be a line chart or a bar chart or an area chart. The shapes and the sizes I decide. If I make it a line chart, it will be a line chart. If I make it an area chart, it will be an area chart. If I make it a square type of thing, it will be square. There are some other parts also. Let's say I'm just changing this into bar chart again. Okay, this marks card, I can change the colors. I'm just giving an overview from where we can do what. This is the marks card. From here we can change the colors. We can change the size of the, this size I can change. Let's say if I make it, see, okay, I can change the size. Okay, this level, what's its how we function with that level, I'll tell you now. Let's say I want to see the sales figures. I'll just take the sales and I drop it in the level. You see, I can see the sales figures, right? And clearly see the sales figures. Now, I also want to see, I have the appliance and all. I can see it, the below, my subcategories. If I also want to see the subcategories here, what I can do is I can take the subcategory and I can put it in the level for a better understanding. So I know my accessories. This is the profit amount. For appliances, this is the profit amount, and I can see all those profit amounts that are there. Okay. So guys, so if I want to see the values on the bar chart and the let's say category, subcategory, or the dimensions there, So we have to drag all of those stuffs to the level field in the marks card. So this is how we can create a bar chart. As simple as that. This is a drag and drop. Now, these figures, what we have got right now, this is an overall figure. Okay, overall as in like this is a cumulative figures of all the years. Now I want to see this based on in a particular year, what was the profit for each and every subcategory. What to do? Okay, what we have to do is we have to take the, so this is basically based on my orders, right? So I will take the order date. I have an order date here. Okay. Okay. I have the order date here. I'll just take this order date into the filter column. A pop-up will appear like whether I want it based on quarters or months or days, week numbers, weekdays, month, year, and several others are there that I want to see. So let me just select years here. I click on next. I select, there are 4 years data with me. I select on all the 4 years and I click on apply and okay. Now, the year order date is in like in the filters column here. I have dragged it there. Now I want to see the filter at this portion. What I need to do, I'll just go here and the drop down and I will just click on show filter. Once I click on show filter, see, I have the filter here right now with me and I can filter it down based on whatever, which year I want to see. Let's say I want to see it to 2011. This is 11 data. I want to see 2012. This is 2012 data. I want to see 11 and 12 combined. I want to see 11, 12, 13 combined. So this is how you do it. A simple bar chart based on a profit subcategory and based on years. So I have got my value, right? Any issues, guys? Interesting or not?
Yes, I got.
Okay.
Very interesting.
Okay. So this is what all we can do. Now I'll go to this. Okay. Now let me just tell you this portion. This is called another sheet. If I click on it, I'll get another sheet where I can perform where I will do my visualization and other charts. This one, this square shaped one with let's see, kind of 4 squares there. This is for a new dashboard. Once I click it, a dashboard, I have, this whatever sheets that I will create on the dashboard, I can just drag and drop those sheets for to prepare this dashboard. If I just bring it here, I can see this is what I get. I'll go into dashboard section obviously on a later part, but I'm just showing you the complete overview of what we can do in Tableau. So there are tiled, there are floating option, and there are several other options are there. What we can do, the layout you can change based on kind of outer padding, inner padding, whether you want it as a floating or not, whether you want to control the visibility using value or not. So there are several other stuff what you can do. So let me just delete this one for the time being. Okay, and this one is the story one. Now, what is Tableau story? It is much more interesting part, which I'll cover in the later classes. So let me go to the sheet 2, and let's say instead of like having a filter on the right hand side that I've given for the year fields, let me see on a line chart like how my company is performing. Okay, like based on let's say the regions. Let's take how each and every region is performing based on year. Okay, so as usual, I will take the order date into column. Now, as you can see, I am only getting the years here, but I don't want the years here. I want the, let's say, not month wise, but let's say I want it in quarter wise. Okay, so what I will do is I'll go here. Now there are two concepts I want you people to understand, and this example I will explain it to you. There are two concepts are there, like there is a thing called discrete and there is a thing called continuous. Okay, continuous is basically, let's say I select quarter. Okay, so each year has 4 quarters. So when I will visualize the data, what will happen is, for 2011 I'll have 4 quarters, for 2012 I'll have 4 quarters, for 2013 I'll have 4 quarters, and eventually for 14 also I'll have 4 quarters. So when I'll prepare a line chart, let's say from here, let's make it a quarter. Okay, quarter 1, quarter 2, and you can see only 4 quarters are appearing, not everything. Now I make it a continuous one. So once I make it a continuous thing, this is, so just hold on. Quarter. Okay. First, let me give you an example of the how the discrete works. Now let me take the sales figures. I take the sales here in the row. And here you can see there's a standard fit width, fit height, interview. I click on interview, and I can see based on quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4, I can see a line chart. Now someone tell me I want to see the values for each quarter. What I have to do? Tell me. The values in the line chart. What should I do?
Put a field on level.
Have level, what field?
The year to
No,
the
no.
level,
Sales. Sales. I want to see the sales value, right?
sales value,
Yes.
flag the sales value to the level.
Yes. See, I can see the values. Okay. Now, why it is called discrete? Now, that's the main portion. It is discrete because you can see this quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4 data. Okay. This quarter 1 data represents the quarter 1 of all the 4 years. It is not giving you a continuous data. It is a cumulative figures of all the quarter 1 of all the 4 years. Okay, got it, right? So this is discrete. But for continuous, what we have to do? Hold on. Not this one. Let's say I want to make it quarter 1. See, this is continuous data. Okay. Clear, everyone?
These are
Yes.
yearly basis, right?
Quarter wise, it
The-
is
You can see every quarter is there.
and for every year.
2011 quarter 1, 2011 quarter 2, 13. Previously, what we are seeing in discrete data, it's an accumulative quarter 1 of all the 4 years. But right now, you can see all the quarter values, right?
Yes.
Exactly. Now, how will it is very easy to understand whether a data is a discrete one or a continuous one. For a continuous data, it is always a green peel. It is called a green peel because it's like it's the shape is in medicine, the peel type, right? So it's called a green peel. When it was discrete, कैसा था तब जब discrete था ये? When it is discrete na, it will be in a blue pill. Okay, whenever it is discrete, it will be, you can see it as a blue pill. Got it? So we have to understand 4 major terms here. One is dimensions, one is measures, one is discrete, and one is continuous. What are dimensions and what are measures? Measures are, let's say, anything that you can calculate with. Let's say this profit, discount, quantity, sales. These are what? Shipping cost. These are measurable, right? Measurable things, right? You can measure with it. So it is called measures. And what are dimensions? I'll give you the notes and all, of course. But what are dimensions? Dimensions give you the structure basically, like the let's say the categories, the subcategories, the product name. These are dimensions. So we have a separate like this version maybe in Tableau public it is not you can see there's a specific section, as you can see, from measures name it starts. Okay, these are the measures: discount, profit, quantity, sales, shipping cost. Okay, these are the measures. And on above you can see this country, customer ID, and all of this are nothing but dimensions. And there is another terminology which I already explained, that one is your continuous and one is your discrete. Okay, any confusion, anyone? And yeah, this path also you can change. Okay, let's say if I click on color now and I click on more colors and add custom colors, I can do this color changing and all from here. I can give effects. I can this marker. Okay, I can select marker as per whatever I want. So many things we can perform here as per the client requirement, of course. Now, last day I was sharing one detail with Anshita, like when you will be practically working with actual data, try not to complicate your charts. Okay, because we will be learning various type of charts, but there's no point complicating things. Always think in that terms as a analyst, that when you are presenting it to someone, that person is not technical. Okay, always keep that in mind, that that person is not technical. He will not understand whatever you are telling him. It will be a Hebrew for him. For him it will be like what are you saying? Because most of the time this Tableau dashboard and all is for the upper management. Okay, you're presenting it is for the upper management. Upper management, the top management don't have so much time to dig deep into the data, because they don't have that much time. So they want to see it. Okay, my company is performing in this way. Okay, these subcategories are doing well, these subcategories are not doing well, this region is doing well. Okay, last year this region has a low sales. What are the reasons? Obviously when you will be presenting, you have to also give the reason behind it. This is the work of an analyst. Like, not only you will visually present the data, but you also have to analyze the data and you have to give that person a reason behind it. Let's say why the 2011 sales were down or why the 2012 sales were up. What is the reason behind it? You have to analyze that, and you have to maybe present it to the management that these are the reasons, that this is our findings. So this is, and always present it with a simpler charts, so that the other person understand, and that person don't have to dig deep into the data. Okay, I am not understanding. Again he needs to if that person needs to ask you again that I am not understanding the charts that you have given me, then it's a failure on your part, that you are unable to make him understand, make him or her understand. It's your part to make it simpler for him or her, so that that person understands. Okay, so this is a line chart that we have created. Now let's say I can also do a pie chart. Let's say I want to see the sales. I want to see the sales based on my various segments. Okay, segments. Now the default is a bar chart. Okay, but I can change it. How I can change it? There's a show me button over here. Once I click on the show me, based on my this sum of sales is my measure and this segment is my dimension. based on whatever I have selected, a dimension and a measure, this portion, this show me portion will give me some default charts that I can prepare with this dimension and measure. It can be anything of from I can select. Let me now select the pie chart. I give it an interview and I bring my cells into the level. And I also bring this segment to the level. So I can see which segment is performing, right? What are the values here? Later on, I'll go into the how to bring on percentage here and all of that stuff. That I'll go in later classes. And I can also change it to a, let's say, a tree map. Now, there are several charts, as you can see from the show me button. What you can do is now, once you want to select a chart from here, na, this portion will give you a recommendation, like, or like what are the measures, how many measures and how many dimensions are required to prepare the chart. Let's say I want to create a pie chart. For pie chart, I need one or more dimensions and one or two measures. If I select for stacked bar chart, I need one or more dimensions, one or more measures. I want to select a tree map, one or more dimensions, one or two. So it's already given there, like what all I have to do. If I want to select a certain kind of, I want to prepare a certain kind of charts, the show me button will give me a clear instructions, how many dimensions and how many measures are required to perform that action. Okay, got it? Any problem till now?
Now it's make
It's making sense, right?
yeah, it's making sense. But when I use this show me and when I use this the left hand side this chart.
Okay, when you will use it, see, the show me button will always be there for you. Okay, it's as for your requirements. See, uh, this chart preparation na, has to be based on your own analytical skill. It will come from that, because once you start doing it, just let's say, if you want to see your your performance, your sales value, revenue, how it has changed over time, okay, or your profit, how it has performed, like how much profit you have earned over time, what kind of chart you will use? Tell me. This is based on your own analytical knowledge. Anshita? Yeah, if we want to see my sales or profit based on years, okay, how it has performed over the years, what kind of chart we will select?
Bar chart.
Bar chart is the best.
No. Whenever there is a time, like
Okay.
year basis, month basis, or a quarter basis, I want to see something, it has to be a line chart.
Yeah, line chart. Yeah,
It has to
you
be a
told
line
me.
chart.
Yes.
So I will also share a document with you. This is a Tableau document only, when to use what kind of charts. Okay, it's there, so you can go through it. Okay. Apart from that, let's say you have a bubble chart also, and there are several others. So I'm not getting into that. And now I will go for another chart, and I'll show you. Let's say this is now. Let's see. This is my sales based on my subcategory. Okay. Now here, if I select, I want to see, this is my profit. Now I want to see the sales also. अरे यहाँ पे क्यों आ गया? अरे what is happening? Hold on. Now once I select sales here, what am I getting? It is creating two different charts for me, which is of no value for me, right? I want to see the sales and the profit in the same chart, but I am unable to see it. So what should I do? What I have to do is, let's say I go in another sheet. Now let me tell you this. I want to see, let's say, based on subcategory, I want to see the sales. No, I want to see the profit and the sales, both. Now, what I can do is at this portion, I have to make a dual axis chart. How to prepare that dual axis chart? I go here on the drop down, the second one, the second measure that I've selected. I'll go to the drop down and I'll make it dual axis. Once I make it dual axis, it becomes a single chart. Now, whenever I'm selecting a dual axis, there's an important step after that which I have to maintain, or else the data will be a big mess. I have to go to any axis, be it this one, be it this one. Any axis, right click it, and I have to synchronize the axis. Okay. What is synchronizing the axis means? Any idea, anyone? Idea? What is synchronizing axis? Movadi?
Synchronizing means you have to all these data in one chart in one axis.
Yes, like the sales and the profit have different figures, right? So what we do now is like we create bins now, right? Like say 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 31 to 40, 41 to 50. We write it like this, right? Normally, yeah, if it's a bigger value, let's say 1 to 1000, 1000 to 2000. These are the breakup, like you can see from 0K to 200K, 200K to 400K. This is how we have shown in the data. Now, for sales and profit, the data were very different, right? The numbers are very different. Now, if I go one step back, let's say, as you can see, are the two axes synchronized? For one, it is 400K, 200K, 0K, 200, 400, 600. You can see it starts from minus 50K, 0K, my 50K, 100K. So the gapping is not okay, right? If I want to do a dual axis chart, both my axes should be same.
Yeah.
That is the reason I have to synchronize the axis, so that in both the axes I see a same type of this kind of bins and all, right?
Okay.
Got it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now what I have to see, I can see both sales and profit. I have kind of a round shaped figure, but I don't want it like this. I want now specifically I can go to both of them and I can change the chart type for each one of them. Let's say I go to profit. Okay. You see automatic. This is automatic. I can change it to a bar chart. Okay. Now for profit, I can see I want to see the profit value. I will just drag the profit here. So the profit value is there, right? Let me just do it, enter view. Okay. Profit value is there. Now, this is my sales. I go to sales here. And let me make this a line chart. And here what I'll do, I'll take the sales here and the level. This way, I have made a dual axis chart on this. Any confusion, anyone? Or is it easy or difficult?
So because when it is needed in the dual axis chart,
Most of the time you will be needed to make a dual axis chart. Companies, let's say a companies is a certain company is asking you to show them the sales and profit in the same chart, right? Or maybe it can be possible that 3 charts they want it together, not just 2.
Okay.
Most of the time, because they want to see, let's say I want to see based on subcategory my sales, my profit, and maybe the amount of discount that I've given for each and every subcategory, or maybe the quantity that I've sold in certain subcategory, right?
Okay.
So most of the time you have to use a dual axis chart only, because single axis chart is like ekdam this that will be like ekdam novice level ka cheez. Like amateur level mein a single chart we prepare, but in advanced level I'm telling you the reason behind it.
Hmm.
In a dashboard, it is always recommendable कि 5 चार्ट से ज्यादा आप इंक्लूड मत करो वहां पे. Don't include more than 5 charts, or else your dashboard will look very clumsy. If you are trying to include 9, say let's say 9 charts, it will look very clumsy, and the person who is seeing those dashboards will not be able to understand anything. So it is very much recommended to use not more than five charts there. And Tableau, you have the benefit of uh, doing a story points. So this is how you prepare a dual axis chart. Apart from that, I want to show you something else. Let's say I take the subcategory and I take the cells here. Okay, and I just plug these values. Okay, another thing I want to show you. You have the sort option from here. Okay, I can sort it descending, I can sort in ascending order. Okay, so this is the swap button, this is the ascending order, this is the descending order button. Okay, now based on years, if I am not wrong, let me just see if I can do that or not. There's a very interesting thing what we can do. If we click on the pages filter, if I'm just hold on, it's not happening today. Okay, the moment I drag the year one, let's say, and let me just make it not just year, let me take okay, let me take quarters. Okay, all the quarters will be there, 11, quarter 2, quarter 3, and everything will be there. Okay, now see a very interesting thing I'll show you. Okay, you see this button, this is the play button. Okay, you must have seen several visualization over Instagram or maybe YouTube and several other portion how this is done. This is my sales based on subcategory. Now if I go to this portion now, this is my presentation mode, and I select this play button. You can see based on quarters it is changing automatically.
It is showing.
Yes, it's a very cool features that you can use. You can set the timing also here. Like this is slow, this is normal, this is fast. You can select the fast also. So let me just go back to, and I've selected the fast one, and I can. So this is as per your record, but this is a very cool features that Tableau have that you can play with it. Okay, so another thing, the grouping, sorting. Sorting, I have already given you this. These are the two sections from where you can sort your data, and you can also sort it, I guess, from this portion also. This is page history. Hold on, let's see. Okay, sort your data. There's another field which I'll show you next time for worksheet actions. If I go to tooltip, there's another portion I'll show you next day. There's another portion from where you can sort your data also. And there are filtering options. Filtering options are different for a dimension and measures. For a measures, filters are different. And let's say that point of time, let's say if I click on market and I bracket it filter, you can see these are filter options I can select. And not just that, uh, there's a thing called wildcard. Okay, all Salesforce geniuses here, everyone knows. Like if I, let's say I have certain subcategories, categories, whatever, I'll just put on the first name, and based on that wildcard function, it will automatically maybe starts with, ends with a certain word, or exactly matches. I can select as per that. there are several other conditions that I can conditions like by field. Let's say sales. Some I can select the ranges here. Let's say more than $10,000. I will only show that the minimum value, the maximum value, or maybe I can use a formula also. Okay. And top also. Top, like I can show the only sales revenue based on the top 10 ki jagah. Let's say I want to see only top 5. Yeah, obviously it will not work here because, hold on, it will not work here because this is my region. So I don't know whether it will work here or not. Yeah, because region is not selected. So this is based on market. So I will not get it right now. So these are the things that I can do here. Okay. This filtering option, sorting option. There are many. I'll get into the more difficult part, not now. There are maps I can create. Okay, let me show you the map features also. What we can do is that, let's say, once you upload your data in Tableau, okay, if you have any columns which consist of latitude and longitude, or maybe address and all, it will automatically take, it will create two fields. If even if your data does not have these two fields, latitude and longitude, it will automatically generate based on the address. Okay, so let's say I take the latitude here and the longitude here. There will be a null value. Let's say, hold on. Okay, not this latitude, longitude. Let's say I have this, you can see, right? This is called geo field. Okay, geographical field, which we also have in Salesforce also. Like to create any maps and all, we need this geographical field type, or else we won't be able to create. Let's say I want to see the sales based on the like in which state I have the most number of sales and all. So what I can do is I can select the state here, right? And I will take the sales here on the level. You can see, right? And I can also take the state in the level. Guys, any issue? Or is it good, bad?
Good.
Right. So on the map also we can see which region of mine is giving me a better sales, which region is not giving me a better sales. Okay. One thing I want to tell you, since data is not properly like the longitude, latitude data, or this data of state and all, sometimes it may happen in Tableau that this data is not configured properly. Like as you can see, there is more than 1K data unknown. So if I go to edit location from here, this India is selected. Okay. Let's say I want to see fixed data from field country. I want to see US. Okay. Let's say I want to see United States. I select United States. And this error is coming because, as you can see, all this area is unrecognized because Tableau is unable to recognize these states or this city and all. That is the reason this error is coming. Let's say I want to see the United States data. So I select on it. As you can see, I go directly to the United States data right now. All these cities and where the number of sales are there, how many sales are there, I can see this. Okay.
Can we change the color based on the like region?
We can do that, but that's a different. आज के लिए बहुत ज़्यादा हो जाएगा वो. I'm not getting into that. We can do that. Like several, we can specifically color those stuffs. Okay, each and everything we can color it. Okay. Now I want to tell you something. Another features is there. Like if you do it now, let's say not this one. Hold on. Title. This now you cannot move it properly. So there is an option called this arrow button. Once you select this button now, then you can move your map, or else you won't be able to move your map because it is not pinned right now. Okay. Once you do it now, you will not be able to. Now currently you will be able to move it. If you now you'll like it is pinned already, so you will not be able to move it. Got it? Of course, Salesforce geniuses, everyone know. I will not be like तो explain करने का जरूरत ही नहीं है, तुम लोगों को सब कुछ पता ही है यहाँ पे. So I think for day one this is more than enough, or you people need more clarity, more something of that sort. Tell me.
No, this is enough.
This is enough for today.
Yes, yes.
Session.
Monimala, Shavat, I know you already know. Anshita, Moadi, Shushanto, Tomojit, Nita, clear or like confusion?
No, no, clear.
Yes,
Clear.
Yeah,
No,
there are
next
little confusions as we are seeing these things firstly. So if we see the video again, and it
Yeah,
will,
you, see the video and all, and let's say what we will do now. After 1 or 2 classes, I'll give you certain assignments. Okay,
yeah, that will
so
be
that
better.
it becomes much easier for you once you practice it. And why I have kept these classes, at a regular interval, the reason behind it, because it happens most of the time that if we are taking classes, on Saturdays and Sundays, what happens is after a 1 week gap, because we all are working, right? So what happens is we are so engrossed in the work because we have to deliver stuff to the client and all. So we have this tendency to forget stuff. That's very normal for all of us. So when we are doing it on a regular basis now, so it will help us to to brush up things on a regular basis. Okay,
So we have class in the weekdays, means every day.
every day. If anyone have any problem, there will be recordings, so you can go through that. And if anyone have any problem, see, I am not from outside, so you people can contact me any time of the day. I'll help you out. Okay,
Okay.
Sure,
so that's
sure.
not a problem. So I'm just I'll just stop the recording now.